I was born literally across the street at the old McKay-D hospital. I was the middle of 5 boys. My mom was an elementary school teacher and my dad an aerospace engineer at Hill Air Force Base. I remember coming up to Weber State during the high school summers and participating in various programs. And eventually I decided I wanted to come here, became a student. I followed in kind of a family tradition in that my dad was a Weber alumnus. Several of my brothers were Weber alumni. And I came to Weber and studied zoology and soon decided I wanted to go into medicine. Following Weber State, I went on to medical school at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore, and then residency and fellowship training at Harvard Medical School, which is where I am now. I'm an associate professor at Harvard and a pediatrician and a newborn specialist. My wife and I live in Boston. We met about 5 years ago. We're introduced by a mutual friend, and now we have a 17-month-old daughter, Brielle, and she's the love of our life. The original reason why I came to Weber State was really just, I knew it was exceptional education, but there were also a lot of unique opportunities that I felt were available here that I wouldn't necessarily get elsewhere. One of those critical things about my experience at Weber State were the faculty. I really found them inspiring, supportive, encouraging. They really, I think, shaped who I became and shaped my eventual training and career. Dr. Daryl Graff was our human physiology professor, and he was tough. He was really tough, but I learned so much human physiology from him. And then there was Kent Vandergraff. He was our human anatomy professor. He also gave me the opportunity to teach some of his labs. It was an exciting time. Quite likely the most exciting time in my training because we were being introduced to new ideas, we were being encouraged to pursue our goals and given opportunities that I didn't expect I would have as an undergraduate. I have the opportunity to do a lot of medical education both domestically and internationally. Domestically, I direct our course in clinical global health at Harvard Medical School, and internationally I have the sincere privilege of overseeing large-scale national training programs that have trained tens of thousands of providers in life-saving interventions such as newborn resuscitation. And all that dates back to my time as a TA here at Weber State. One of my passions is identifying and developing simple, low-cost innovations that can address the leading causes of death and disability. Postpartum hemorrhage is the leading cause of maternal mortality worldwide. And in the US, we have this wonderful device that can be placed into the bleeding uterus and stop the bleeding that mom might be experiencing after birth. Unfortunately, it costs $300 and is prohibitively expensive for most low and middle income countries. So we developed an analog that is made out of a simple condom, and once placed into the uterus and inflated, it can dramatically stop the postpartum hemorrhage. This device, costing less than $3, has now been implemented in dozens of countries, and our research shows that it can increase survival up to 97% for mothers who are otherwise suffering from uncontrolled postpartum hemorrhage. We are hoping to not just address the person right in front of us, but have an impact globally or on a population level. I'm incredibly proud and grateful to be a Weber State alum, to be a Wildcat, and for all the opportunities that it's provided, for setting me on this course, and having received a terrific education that allowed me to stand shoulder to shoulder with peers anywhere I went. And a lot of people ask me where I went to undergrad, and proudly state Weber State University. And maybe not everyone on the East Coast knows exactly where Weber State is, but I certainly let them know, and they feel the pride that I have and the gratitude that I have for having come here.